Ryan Gosling has his new movie coming out with Emily Blunt called The Fall Guy, based on an old Lee Majors television series, which I don't remember. I remember I watched a few issues when I was a kid, or a few episodes when I was a kid. At any rate, I didn't even know they were making this movie until CinemaCon back in April. And Ryan Gosling, who had already been out on stage promoting the Barbie movie, came out again, this time with Emily Blunt. It's like, oh, what else are they promoting? They talked about The Fall Guy, and they showed us the first preview for it. I'm like, this looks pretty good. And then they dropped the first trailer last week or 2 weeks ago with the Bon Jovi song playing behind it and Aaron Taylor Johnson being in there. And you know what? It just looked like a big bag of fun. I'm really, really excited about this. Now, it was supposed to come out in March, from what we understand, but not anymore. It's been pushed back, but maybe for a good reason. This comes to us from the folks over at Deadline, who wrote the following. Universal Pictures is pushing back the release of The Fall Guy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. The action comedy film was originally set to premiere on March 1st and will now drop on May 3rd. The Fall Guy revolves around Gosling's Colt Seavers, a battle-scarred stuntman who, having left the business a year earlier to focus on both his physical and mental health, is drafted back into service when the star of a mega-budget studio movie, that's Aaron Taylor Johnson, being directed by his ex, Jody Moreau, Emily Blunt, goes missing. Dun, dun, dun. Now, interesting note, that May date that it moved on to, if that date sounds familiar, because that was the date that Deadpool 3 was going to come out on. Of course, recently they announced that Deadpool 3, due to the actor strike, they bumped it a couple of months to July 26th, I believe is now when Deadpool 3 is coming out. So that left a big open spot in this prime. May is now kind of the beginning of the summer movie season, this big prime juicy spot sitting there. And they took a look at that and said, you know what? Let's move this thing there. I am very excited for this film. And it's not just because Ryan Gosling is a good Canadian kid, but it just really looks sharp. I'm excited about seeing it. It looks funny. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Guys, the holidays are right around the corner, and HelloFresh can help take the stress out of dinner by delivering everything you need to cook up tasty meals right to your door, saving you tons of time. We all know the holidays can be hectic, and that's where HelloFresh's 15-minute meals come in. These quick fixes help you get a wholesome meal on the table in less time than it takes to get delivery. I've told you guys many times before that Ann and I, being working professionals, often would struggle when it comes to dinner time, having time to put something that tastes good and is healthy for us in front of us. Well, HelloFresh, with their great delivery, pre-portioned ingredients, easy to follow instructions, has made dinner time a fun time. So go to HelloFresh.com/CampeaFree and use the code CampeaFree for breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/CampeaFree with the code CampeaFree. Anyway, Rob, you heard about this. Do you like first of all, what do you think about their decision to push it back a couple of months to get that May date? And then where's your anticipation level like for the film?
Well, like you, I mean, I heard vague rumors that they were going to make a Fall Guy movie, but when we saw it at CinemaCon, I'm like, okay, because it looks like, it looks like it has enough. It looks that they're not taking it that seriously, because The Fall Guy was a great TV show, but to remake it, and when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I'm in. The trailer that was recently released looks fantastic, but I think it's an obvious move to move it to May. This is, from what we've seen, to me, a big summer popcorn movie. Bump it in to the slot where it's going to make the most money. It just, John, it just looks, the trailer puts a smile on your face. It looks fun. I want to munch some popcorn and see this movie. Because Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, their chemistry in this film looks great. I can't wait to see it.
I also love the idea of, and maybe this is something that the original show did too, just from the little bits, the presentation they showed us at CinemaCon, because then they brought out a whole bunch of stuntmen. Remember that? Random stunts,
which was cool,
which is really good. So the presentation they showed us and a little bit more in the trailer, I really hope that they give us a good dose. I mean, the movie isn't about this, but give us a good dose about how this ridiculous movie magic happens behind the scenes. Like, show some of these crazy things that these individuals and these people have to do. And you put on top of that, this great kind of almost murder mystery sort of idea. Like suddenly they find Aaron Taylor Johnson dead in a bathtub. Now what do you do? It just has all those. I like the DNA, the feel of the comedy barbs they've got in it.
Yeah.
It looks like the action sequences themselves are going to be great. Ryan Gosling's on a massive role right now with the #1 film of the year in Barbie. And man, this is great. And yeah, I'm a little bit bummed out that we've got to wait a couple more months for it. But you are 100% right. This feels like a summer popcorn movie. If that date opens up, I think you jump on it, and I think this is a good
100%.
Looks like he's doing his best Marty McFly here.
Yeah, it does. Actually, it does look a little bit like him, by the way.
But even this scene, if this kind of, I'm sure the stunt, because isn't it directed by one of the John Wick directors?
Leech. Dave.
Oh, Dave.
I don't think it's
Leach.
yeah. Isn't that Bullet Train director? Yep. So you can tell even from the way it's shot that they're maximizing the idea of the stunt. So I think you're going to get what you want. And it looks like there's a lot of practical stuff in here, which is fun. And I'm there for it, man.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.